Alright, you guys, it is time for the Digimon response here in the Booster Box Showdown. Please do me a big favor, hit that thumbs up button. Easy way to show your appreciation. And let's be real, ain't looking too good for Digimon in this round. Last round, if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend you go watch it. We pulled our very first quarter of the century rare for Yu-Gi-Oh! So the only thing that's going to save Digimon here is pulling the most expensive card. Like, they really need top dollar pull here, and I don't think this is it. Well, we did get something different than a Jellymon. We got Angoromon. Not really that great. But here we go, another Resurgence booster box, and I will say, at least, you know, at least Digimon's hanging in there, I guess. Haven't gotten the greatest of pulls. We kind of know what to expect now in this booster box. Pretty much a whole lot. Omnimon Zwart. You know, super rare in every pack. Great idea, just card prices really aren't there. Why this booster box is pretty much dirt cheap. I do like the alternative art pull rates so far. Those are been some pretty good pull rates. Another Lilithmon. Happy with those. Those sell really well. Lilithmon, Omnimon Zwart, all selling really well. They sell pretty fast. You can kind of turn and burn on those ones. Rise Greymon, this one, not that great. So yes, in the last round, Yu-Gi-Oh! Ended up pulling their first quarter of the century rare. It was a very big pull, $90 card right there. Just, I think it's like $89.91. Oh! Arcturusmon, alternative art. Happy with this one. This is a good card. The regular version is about $11, still going strong. Alternative art, I imagine, pretty good value. So that's the thing about this booster box so far in Resurgence booster box, is that it's not looking good comparison to Yu-Gi-Oh! Age of Overlord. But as a standalone set, it's still pretty good. There's still some pretty good value here. There's some really good pull rates. And with a super rare in every pack, I mean, you kind of can't go wrong. It is surprising to see how cheap booster boxes for this set for Digimon Resurgence is. I mean, I found this one for $35 a pop. And I'm seeing certain prices on TCG Player about $39, even $40. I'm selling only $5 off. I'm sure you can go on eBay and you might be able to get it cheaper than $35 right now, because this set has now been around for a while. And when sets kind of hang around, after about 2-3 weeks, they usually start seeing a dip, and you may be able to send somebody a message and kind of haggle your way for cheaper prices. So I'm really surprised that this set is as cheap as it is. But so far, the pull rates, I mean, I'm digging it. I like the pull rates. I like the cards that are in it. I like the idea of a lot of these reprints. And these are cards that are staples in a lot of decks. Not just the super rares, but even just the regular cards. And there's a foil, you know, they're all foils. Boy, Agumon, Gabumon, these are staples. Blinding Ray. God, I remember how much of a staple that card was. First two sets popped, the Blinding Ray was out, that card never sold, then all of a sudden it started selling. Lobomon, another one. So it is going to be very interesting, Omnimon. There's a card that sells really well. It is going to be very curious when I do the full breakdown of all these numbers. And if you guys want a deeper dive in the numbers, all you have to do is just comment down below. And I'll be more than happy to share like the specific numbers, even cards that are worth 30 cents, $2 or something. But sometimes that kind of stuff gets overlooked. You know, we're all enamored with the big pulls, the big highlight pulls, but there are cards in here that I'm sure that will sell really well. And how many of those did you pull? And there's another Omnimon. Yeah, like this Palmon. This Palmon, I believe, was a dash pack Palmon right here. And this card used to be very expensive. It was like, I almost want to say when it first launched, it was about $22 or something like that. And then it slowly came down to about 11. And I think it was recently selling for 7. That's a reprint right there. Reprint of a dash pack. Or some kind of special pack that they were offering. I think that one came out in the 3rd set. I forget what set that one was. It was the 3rd set. It was the pink booster box. I'm trying to remember. But that card was very expensive. So very interesting to see a lot of these cards that are, just like I said, considered staples in a lot of decks. So this booster box does have the opportunity that you could, if you were someone who's interested in, you know, making a side hustle and turning and burning on cards, you could easily start off with this set. It's very cheap, very affordable, and it's a very good set. You got cards that are definitely going to sell. They're not going to sit around. They're not going to collect dust. Definitely worth taking advantage of. That's what I say. As far as Yu-Gi-Oh! Is concerned, man, there's some top dollar cards in Age of Overlord. Age of Overlord might very well be one of my favorite sets of the year. Age of Overlord just really... A lot of these quarter of the century sets have just been my favorite set right now. And that's why I keep pounding the table for saying that I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Pulled the second one of these. Alternative art, Shine Manzaman. So yeah, second alternative art. I like that we're getting 2 alternative arts in every box. It seems to be how it's going to go. So that works. But I'm pounding the table to say, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Should stick with this method of the quarter of the centuries and put in, like, anywhere between 15 to 25 of these cards in every booster box set. It increases your overall chances of pulling one. The pull rates on the quarter of the centuries are very good. Remember how hard it was to get a Starlight Rare? And Starlight Rares were very expensive. Well, the quarter of the centuries are just as expensive. Like, there are like 10 of them that are in that $75+ range. And then you have a couple of them that are really, really expensive. And then you have a couple of them that just aren't expensive. You have about 10 of them that are like less than 30. That's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that, you know? As I said, instead of maybe making 25%, maybe they can start going down to like 15 or 20. Here we go. Serious Mon. I like that we're pulling this card. It seems like in every booster box. Another card that is new to this set. That one and Arcturus Mon, they're both new to this set. That they kind of like threw in here. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the pull rates for this are fantastic. And the fact that it's freaking dirt cheap for a booster box, I think you could take advantage of this set. What I mean by taking advantage of is you can probably buy, if you had the money, a couple of cases of this set, and you can make your money back every single time. There is a box topper that's very, very expensive. It's actually the Serious Mon. It's the alternative art. He comes in a box topper. So if we don't pull it in the first 5 rounds, there's another card that's new to the set. If we don't pull it in the first 5 rounds, I will post or make a YouTube short of the if I end up pulling it. If I have a full case of this, but we're only doing a 5-round showdown, and I am curious to see if in a full case you actually get one. It might be one in every case. Ooh, Digimon. That's interesting. So we pulled a secret rare alternative art. So very, very good pull rates here, and that's actually going to do it for this booster box. Let's get to the end of the video and see how well this box did. Alright, another decent booster box opening for Digimon. Clearly, though, we know who the winner here is. It's going to be Yu-Gi-Oh! But let's go ahead and do the quick breakdown. So, of course, we paid $35 per box. Total value pulled $35.98 for a profit. Yes, it's still a profit of 98 cents. Again, Digimon just pretty much this whole time kind of just sticking around, hanging around, just doing what it needs to do best. And it just does go to show that Digimon cards still are somewhat valuable, and that these boxes still have pretty good pull rates as long as the prices per box are still low. And I mean low like this type of low. $45, $50 for a booster box. That's pretty low. That's actually a good buy for a Digimon booster box. And now for the recap of round 3. You guys can clearly see who the winner is. Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually profited, making $44.38. That's a profit on that booster box. Total value was triple digits. Really good stuff there. And as you guys can see, Digimon profited as well, but only making 98 cents. So it's pretty clear to see the winner here in round 3 is going to go to Yu-Gi-Oh! And they go up 2-1 on Digimon. It's going to be very interesting to see how round 4 goes. Let's see if Yu-Gi-Oh! Can continue this real momentum right now. See these booster boxes just get better and better. If we pull a Little Knight, which we have not pulled yet, if we can pull a card like that, it's a triple digit card right there, $100 card. It's gonna be very hard to see if Digimon can keep up with Yu-Gi-Oh! Does Yu-Gi-Oh! Just kind of split away, or do we just get 2 duds of booster boxes? This is why I love doing the booster box showdown. It's gonna be very interesting in round 4. And that is going to conclude this video. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you guys next time right here for round 4 of the Booster Box Showdown.